Jesus, it's boiling. Don't dab me. Okay, so we just finished watching the Back to the Future sequels.
Two and look at
Two and three.
three.
Yeah, that's it. There's three movies in the trilogy. We watched the first one a couple weeks ago. We watched the second one now, and then after that, we might have watched the first one again.
We've been looping for too long.
Yeah.
Too long.
Yeah, so let's just talk about the second one.
You have music, right?
No, I'm not.
Don't you ever add anything else?
No.
No!
Yeah.
So we finished the second one.
Yeah, we watched the second one first. And keep in mind, I told her that the other two aren't going to be as good, but they're still decent in their own right.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
what do you think of the second one?
So many things.
Alright, go ahead, let's hear.
Let's hear. They're all melded together because I watched them back to back. 2 and 3?
We'll talk about the second one first, because, yeah.
The flaws of technology is so real. I'm kind of just like, I mean, this is supposed to be a family film, right?
No, none of them are supposed to be family films.
Then why is there no death?
There is death. There was no death. It's just that, there's danger, there's swearing, there's violence. And I'm pretty sure because, the first one made so much money and was so successful, I think they had to tone down to make it more family friendly. Like there was some references of the word shit there. It wasn't a total swear moment. It's just that
My God. Well,
then again, nobody died. There was death in the alternate dimension in the alternate 1985. Marty McFly's dad got killed by Biff Tannen.
that was sad.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, it was pretty sad. You were like, oh my God.
Man.
Right at the cemetery, and on cue there was a thunderstorm.
I'm just like, wow, they did that.
Yeah, they did that because the actor didn't come back. You notice?
Yeah.
Yeah, you notice because in the first movie, the actor was kind of
There.
No, kind of like Crispin Glover, his father.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of a little bit off in terms of the setting.
Yeah.
He was arguing with the director of how the character was.
Mm-hmm.
And so, he didn't want to come back because of all that.
Yeah.
And so, so that's why they got a look-alike
Yeah.
to somebody. Some of those shots, in the first movie, that's why you don't see his face at all
Mm-hmm.
in the second or third movie. Yeah, and if you see the binoculars,
Yeah.
in the scene where Marty McFly is looking at the binoculars at his parents, you only see his mom, but you only see the back of his dad's head. Yeah, that's a completely different actor. And then there was that scene where Marty is talking to Doc on his walkie-talkie, and right behind the window you could see the first movie going on again.
Yeah.
And that's why you can be it's total ADR, total footage from the first movie, the sound, the dialogue.
Yeah.
But you don't see his dad's face.
You're like,
you barely.
Baja?
Yeah, you barely see his dad's face.
That's it.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, the second and third one are definitely fun in their own right. It's funny. I definitely am kind of just literally the whole time. It's not the incest this time. It's just the tech, and you're just you sit there and you're like, but there's the real hoverboard. But what did we get? Aww.
Well, we got stuff. We got a lot of stuff that the movie didn't predict, internet on our phones. That's what we got. That's what we got now. TVs everywhere, and the endless sequels thing. Yeah, that kind of got on. But I would rather watch Jaws 19 over any of the Sharknado movies.
Well, then tell them that.
Okay. Thank God Sharknado is not going to be after the sixth one. They're not going to make any more. Thank God. And so, what was it? Yeah, uh,
The tech is logic. He's just like, it has to be water. It's like, you could jump. Marty, you could jump.
yeah,
Marty, you could jump.
yeah. There was a scene where Marty McFly is being like chased by a hoverboard, and at one point, like they said, like his hoverboard can't go on water, like and then it stalls.
Yeah.
So they actually have a power hoverboard, so their hoverboards could be like
Over water.
Yeah.
And bring people.
yeah. And the whole time she was like, you could just go into the water or just like step. It's not even that deep. It's just like go into the water and just like take the hoverboard, go into the water, and then run.
Or jump. You could jump. It's literally.
Yeah, it's just he can just jump. It's the whole Titanic. The door can fit. Like this door can carry two people.
I'm like, why are you waiting for so long? I don't think that long to be like.
I think it's because like it's like okay, the climax, the end of that scene is like Biff and his gang, or like Griff Tanner and his gang get arrested and put in jail, saving Martin McFly's son from going to prison.
Yeah.
I think that's it. It's just that they could have done it like I know what they were trying to do, but they could have done a better way to do it.
Yeah, because it's like not even the normal human would take that long to think about like he should have jumped in the water or should have jumped.
Yeah.
Because I'm just looking at like Kareem. If I think that's slow, please wake me up.
Yeah, he could have like all that time that they could have prepared. Like, okay, slowly get the power hoverboard. Yeah, he could have just went on. Like, it takes a solid like 20 seconds for them to like say like his hoverboard is that hoverboard he stole from that girl.
Yeah.
Is like not supposed to be underwater. From the time from that and when they actually get on the boards and on the water, it's like, yeah, you could have just ran. You could have ran already.
Yeah, you had some space. And it's like, yo, you could have just ran. Would have been good.
And yeah, and you could tell, like, in terms of the second movie, which is good, you could totally tell, like, there wasn't supposed to be sequels. You can kind of tell from the second movie.
Yeah.
Like, the third movie, it got off from the end of the second movie, but, they had prepared. The second movie, you could totally tell, because the girl who played Martin McFly's girlfriend, you noticed it immediately, like, that's not the same girl.
It wasn't even the same girl from the end of the other one, so I'm like...
And then she got shafted for most of the movie.
I'm like
she got shafted in the middle.
I was just like, why the hell did you cast her and put her there?
Okay, well, here's the thing. Because the first movie ended with her going back in time with Doc and Marty, I think it was the first one was supposed to be a standalone sequel. I mean, not standalone. A movie. It's supposed to be one movie. Then it got so successful they had to carry on to the second movie. That's why they had to reshoot the last 2 minutes of the first movie with the new girl. But they didn't know since they had to go back to the future to save Marty and her kids.
Her child.
Yeah, they didn't know. I'm pretty sure the writers didn't know what to do with her.
No,
she was only in one more scene in her future house.
Yeah.
And then she gets she sees herself. She's like, I'm old. Then she faints, and then Marty and Doc get her. And then take her back to 1985 and just leave her on the front porch.
They just leave her. That's the whole thing.
And then she doesn't come back until the last 5 minutes of the third movie.
I'm like
they didn't that's how you could tell the second movie wasn't supposed to be. No, the second movie wasn't supposed to really exist because they didn't know what to do with her.
Yeah.
So it's
they could have done stuff with her too. I feel like they were trying, and then just halfway through, they were kind of like.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't do it. Yeah, we're just gonna leave her on the front porch because
the poor girl is just like, why do I have to be left on the porch? Why can't I get the woman? And it's like,
well, it's fine. I'm sure people I'm surprised you picked up on the different actor, same character thing.
Yeah, I was just looking. I was like, you can't hide with that big hair. It's still not you. It's like it ain't. It's like you're not gonna hide the fact that you're not the original. Who are you?
Yeah, I used to think when I watched this years after I watched the original, Like I watched the original, like I said, a few times when I was little, and I didn't watch the sequels until when I was like in grade 7 or 8.
So right?
Yeah, because I only had the first one on VHS, and I had to wait for it to come on TV on like TBS or something.
TBS.
Yeah, so I used to think when I watched the second one, like that's amazing, that's the best one. And then when I watched this again, it's like no, this is good, but it's definitely the worst of the bunch.
Yeah, it's definitely like not necessary. I mean, it's cool what they interpreted what the future would be, and then you're like, well, this is all of us.
Well, it's
In some way.
It was an '80s thing. Like I like the fact like people are like, oh my god, it's 2015. That means they're gonna do like that when Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd, Marty McFly and Doc Brown went on Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel to do that. Like it was classy and it was funny, and it was a good callback. And I really liked it. It's just that not many people would really remember the second one that much, unless it's about like the date. It's like, oh, remember that date? That's awesome. Or hoverboards.
It's just one of those where it's just like, or like the trigger. It's like.
Yeah, I did not like. Like, here's the thing. The first one, there was no implication where it was like.
Like he was the trigger happy.
The trope berserk button, where something just sets you off, and it's like he never really had that. Like he was.
They put that in the second and the third.
Yeah, they put that in the second one.
But it never seemed to be implied with his character in the first one.
Yeah, it wasn't implied in the first one, and that's what I didn't really like because it's only there to give conflict, and that's no. Like he could have done it a better way instead of like de-evolutionizing the character. Like he was flawed, but he was like.
Well, he was a teenager.
Yeah, he was a teenager. He's a teenager, and we all have like flaws, sure, but in the '80s, nobody like being called chicken. Even in the '80s, I don't think that was like.
Ask your mother.
No, but seriously, like even in the '80s, it's more. I don't think in the '80s it's like, what's the matter, chicken? It's like no. There's much worse things that you could be called. You can be called much worse than the chicken.
But I like chicken.
Yeah.
I would have been like, I like chicken. I love chicken. That's how you escape that.
That's great. Yeah, but I didn't really.
Works, right?
No. Yeah, but the chicken berserk button I didn't really like. Like
so unnecessary.
Yeah, and then it's like, what's the matter, chicken? And then he stops right in front of his camera, and then the music just like.
And I'm like.
It's like, oh god.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun though. They went forward this time, right? And the third one they went.
Well, they had to. They had to because in the first movie they're like, we're going to the future. It's like, well, you have to follow that up.
Yeah, because. Just looks.
Yeah, I get. Well, you can't. Yeah, the future, but whatever. But what else in the second one?
What was there other tropes that are in there? And I was just like, wow.
Let me see.
They're fun though. The effects, as usual, almost set on fire. I like that nobody values their feet in these movies. Like when there's actual practical fire, and I'm just like, does no one care? Damn it.
And I like the whole like. Well, after the Donald Trump election, when he got elected, the whole like Biff Tannen owning a city and being a millionaire.
That was
parallels.
Yeah, that's one, and they confirmed that they were actually basing the character off of Trump.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they confirmed that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
not it's not a coincidence. You know why?
But at least
because
here's the thing. At least Biff Tannen. Here's the thing. At least with the Biff Tannen that was a millionaire, he was only confined to one city. Just one city. That's it.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, it could happen. Like
they said he was the richest man in America, but you don't know how big his influence is.
I guess so, but it's only America. It's not like the entire world.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when what was it when Lorraine went to get her prom dress, and he wanted to go after her, and it's like there was no implications you were in love with her. Wasn't the first one? Not really. He liked fucking around with George, where it was just like I'm gonna get married to her, and I'm like
That was heavy-handed.
I was
That was so heavy-handed.
like because
I wouldn't even marry you even if you had $1 million. Like that is so heavy-handed.
no, because like even in the first one, it wasn't like he really liked her. So it's just one of those like I thought he developed it like he told no. Well, with how the movie went, I thought like he
Okay, so
there was something deeper, and it's like nah, just
No, it was just like I was like, okay, so she's like, I wouldn't marry you if you even had $1 million, and then he meets his older self. That's the thing. I think.
But he doesn't realize that's him either.
No, he's not. Yeah, but it's just foreshadowing.
And
It's foreshadowing done in a confusing way.
I'm just like,
It's like, I wouldn't marry you if you had $1 million. Like, oh, we saw what happened a couple of minutes ago.
like we know what you did, Lord.
Even though it's by force.
Yeah, how do you force to marry someone? Like
It's
like did they go into debt? It's not like at that point
probably death.
debt.
Or probably because
they're going in debt.
Or probably because she was lonely because her husband died by his hand.
But nobody knows that. They never solved that murder.
Yeah, I know, but tragedy. Like he was there. Probably is because he was there for her or something.
Yeah, he was definitely.
And then by the
there
time
for her, the look of her
and
face.
then by the
scary.
time they got married, she was like, "Oh my God, I made a huge mistake."
I would have been like, "Yo, bye."
Yeah, but the money. But it was money.
Bye.
Okay, fine. But what about the kids' debts?
What debts though?
They said the debts, like
How many debts do they have?
Like his sister, Marty's sister, who doesn't appear in the movie, neither does her brother, except in the deleted scene.
Yeah.
His sister has credit card debt. His brother, I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
But in the deleted scene, I forgot. Shoot, I don't know. I didn't remember the deleted scene. I just know he's not in the final movie. But they both have money problems. Like, if he just snapped his fingers like Thanos, the money problem, like the credit cards would just not work for them.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I'm not gonna lie, I would have been just like,
yeah. Any other problems you have? Or anything else you want to talk about the second movie? Because
it's a fun movie. I liked it. But they had a bigger budget. ADR was pretty good. Minus was it the third one? Oh,
that was the third one.
The third one.
we'll get to the third one in a bit.
Otherwise, I mean, it's fun. Flying cars, flying.
Ooh la la, not oh la la.
Oh la.
It's oh la la, not ooh la la. There's only one O in that. Not ooh la la. Good God.
I swear you could just make a joke and be like, cha-la-la.
Captain Underpants?
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I was thinking when I saw that. Yo, like, they didn't even notice the liquor. She's just like, and then porn at the same time. Nobody's knowing anything in porn. Nobody's knowing the liquor.
And I like what you said about the principal. Like, he doesn't actually go after the McFly, like George or Marty.
Yeah.
Like calling him a slacker. He goes after everybody.
Yeah, he does. See, it's a great develop character thing. It's just like he doesn't discriminate. He don't like you, he'll just go after you. So it's not just like he's.
Like it's one thing. It's like, oh, he's an asshole to the McFly because he's.
Yeah, you think.
And then when he's he's like, I never
Biff, yeah.
Yeah, Biff is is caught with the porn, like the porn magazine is like. It's like, I never touched the stuff. And the principal's like, it's like hitting him. It's like, you're a slacker. It's like hitting him like, oh, just hit him in the face. Hit him. It's like, I'm like, okay, if you hit him in the face with the magazine, I'll totally forgive you for calling the Martin McFly, like the McFly family slackers.
Yeah.
I'll forgive you.
Yeah, because it's like he doesn't discriminate. Good job.
Like, he'll give everybody detention if they look at him funny. Like, even in the first movie when Marty and Biff were about to punch each other in the cafeteria, all the guy has to do is just, like, from a bit of a distance, like behind Marty, just fold his arms and just stare at Biff Tannen. Like, I like the fact that out of everybody, Biff is terrified of that principle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, Biff is bigger than him, but like, okay, you know what? I'll abuse women and I'll like bully other guys.
Mine with you.
And I'll give the teachers a hard time. He's like, I'm afraid of you. I don't know why I'm afraid of you, but I'm scared.
I am frightful.
As we'll see in the third movie. As we'll see in his ancestors in the third movie.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, consistency's real.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Let me see. And the movie has what is it? No, there's no cats. There are dogs at one point.
I know.
And I like the fact that you were surprised about the alternate 1985.
Oh, yeah.
Like, well, in the first movie, you went in clean.
Yeah.
In the second movie, I think you knew a little bit of things because of the 2015 thing, like how it takes place in 2015.
I only knew that part. That was the only thing I knew about it. Otherwise, I knew nothing else.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go back on watching it. I'll watch it if I want a marathon, but I'd rather watch the first and the third movie again. Stop it! Ow, it hurts!
It?
Yes, it hurts!
Yeah.
What else is there?
Anything else? I was just like, it's a good movie. I don't know. It's a good trilogy, though. Like, at least, like, when they tied it together good.
We'll talk about the entire... Yeah, the trilogy is actually pretty good, but we haven't even touched the second one. The third one. No, we touched
now you're starting to count wrong.
It's been over 20 minutes, and it's been 20 minutes, and I forgot. I forgot we were talking about the second one the whole time. Let me see. The second movie ended with like Doc going back to 1885.
Oh yeah, when they sent the letter.
Yeah.
It's like right at this time, and I'm like. You've been keeping that letter to yourself for like a century?
Yeah, here's the thing.
No, the end of that, I thought it was the time police. I'm like, are we going to the
time police? Oh my god! Yes! That would be amazing! The time police!
Yeah, because who's gonna come in the middle of the rain, specifically drive out, take this man's letter a century later, go in the middle, and be like, are you Marty McFly? Yes?
Yeah.
Here you go. And I'm like, wait, who are you?
Okay, so...
You gonna leave me here? Man, what goes on? And I'm like, why you send him the letter, but you don't at least get him out of the rain?
And before he gets the letter, the guy from, I think it was Joe Flaherty from SCTV, I think it's him, or somebody from SCTV, drives up to Marty McFly just as, like, about 10 seconds after Doc Brown gets sent back into 1885.
Yeah.
And it's like, are you Marty McFly? And Marty's like, yeah. And he's like, we have a little bet at the office, and just telling it, like, this letter's been in our possession for several years. And we have a little bet going on to see if this would come true or not. And, like, I think one of us said this, but,
yeah.
If it was a bet,
all of them, you said that.
All of them. Whole bunch, not just one person. A whole bunch of people, because here's the thing: the first, during this time, the first movie's still pretty much
relevant.
Like, it's pretty much happening at this moment. So everybody's at the dance. It's a night. It's like 9 or 10.
Oh, okay.
It's still around 9 or 10 at least, or 8. Is it 8?
Yeah.
It's around 8 or 9 or whatever. It's late, but it's early late.
Yeah.
So what happens is, like, okay, only one person showed up. Like, you can't even make the excuse like everywhere's closed, because there are stores still open.
Yeah, and it's just like just the one brooding
guy,
man, not brooding, but like just himself driving, and I'm just like,
in the rain.
Just the one?
Yeah, just one person. It was a bet. A whole bunch of people are like, oh my god.
Oh, this man is real!
Oh, he's real.
Wait, who are you? Like, Marty?
It's like, well, I lost that bet. And it's like, yeah.
This bet has been going on for 100 years. Every generation of my family has betted for it.
Nobody.
For centuries. The dollar has gone in.
Yes, a 100-year-old person has held in their hand, possessed a letter from 1885.
And every single person in that workplace, all their families and stuff have been betting 2 or 4.
The oldest person there would be 70 years old. We've had this out of our possession for 70 years.
70 years! Look at me. Look at me.
What else were you thinking about that scene?
What? Oh, Willy Wonka too. The Slughorn thing.
Oh yeah, she thought the person in the because of the hat, like the shadow. We don't see the person yet, but she thought it was Slughorn from Willy Wonka.
Well, it's just like the trope because like he comes out too in the Willy Wonka movie, and you're like, who are you?
No, my name's not Who You. It's Slughorn.
No, who you?
Who? No. Who You's my cousin. I'm Who Me.
Who me?
Oh crap! I screwed up the joke. All right. And now, like anything else in the second one?
No, I think I got that. Those were the pretty big points as we were watching the movie.
All right, so let's get to the third one. And that's the end of the video. No, I'm kidding. I should have said that. I should have just said, like, let's talk about the third one, and then let's talk about the second one. We would talk about the third one a lot, and then the second one is like,
it's an afterthought.
Bye.
Bye.
Nah, just kidding. So, yeah. So the third one, yeah, it's the Old West, which they always wanted to do. Like
they did it pretty well though. Like,
no, they always wanted to do like the movie in the Old West, but
like know, the original, like the timeline.
Yeah, I think one of the actors or one of the director or one of the actors, like, I think Michael J. Fox wanted it to be like, he always wanted it to be set in the Western, I think. Okay. I think it was either him, Christopher Lloyd, but like the director of the movie.
Yeah.
And they got their wish for the third one.
Yeah, it's just like, I got stuck where 1885. And like, fair?
Well, to be fair, the second one foreshadowed it with the Clint Eastwood and like the time screen glitching out saying 1885. Don't do that to the table.
So, I mean, the third one's pretty fun too. I like that one.
I like it better than the second one.
No, it's the same for me. They're both fun in their own way.
Oh, you put them in equal quality?
Yeah, because it's just like the circumstances were different, or I guess the setting was different. I definitely enjoyed the third one. Oh, la la West.
And you didn't catch the fact like Biff Tannen ancestor was Mad Dog.
I didn't. It doesn't really.
It didn't really register.
No.
I immediately got it because, like, you know, his eyes, like, take away the facial hair and take away the accent. It's pretty much like his eye. His eyes say. His eyes say Biff Tannen. I need Fanta.
Wait, no, we're not sponsored.
We're not sponsored. I just want a drink.
You want a drink?
Thank you.
There you go.
So, anything about the third one you want to talk about?
The third one. I like how flashy he is in the beginning, and it's like real actual by the West is not gonna be that flashy.
No.
Or like, is the third one was the calmer beginning of the movie?
Oh, yeah. I love that beginning. Like,
it's so calm.
Like the second one, the beginning of the second one takes place like in the sky, flying around, and then the first one takes place like in Doc's lab.
Yeah.
Which I realize no, there's more scenes of that. And the slow and steady hand with the clocks.
Yeah, the continuous.
But out of all the first one is a classic one. The second one's okay too, but the third one's my favorite opening because it's just
you get to see them like
relax. Just like they're sleeping, and it's just a calm, like there's calm music. like Marty's sleeping, Copernicus is sleeping, and
Copernicus.
Doc Brown is sleeping, and it's like, oh, that is.
Serene.
That,
Oh my god.
and then like just seeing that is just so relaxing. Like after the first two movies, it's
You're like,
we need a break, and then like just legitimately sleeping. I'm like, oh, that's adorable. That's
I definitely like their chemistry. They have a very good chemistry, even from the first one. Like that's been consistent throughout.
Yeah.
So that's very nice.
Yeah, that's why like when there were rumors about there being a reboot, I was like,
I don't think they really wanted it.
Nobody wants it because the trilogy are classics, especially the first one.
Yeah, so it wasn't really necessary.
Yeah, and so
like unless they're turning it to like maybe not necessarily like it's more of a spin-off, like it's someone else, like with the same idea, or like there's just like because it's Doc Brown, somebody else figured it out, so they're traveling too. Doc Brown sees them. You can make a cameo and be like, "Mine's a train. What's yours? It's a hoverboard."
He made a quick cameo when Once Upon a Time in the West.
Oh, did they?
He did.
The show? The show Once Upon a Time?
No, Once Upon the Seth MacFarlane movie. Once Upon a Time in the West, and like his scene is in the trailer, and that's pretty much it. He's like, what are you doing? And then Doc Brown immediately like puts a tarp over the DeLorean, like nothing to see here, and then it's gone. That's a scene.
Oh no, didn't see that movie.
Yeah, nobody won. Anybody who saw it immediately regretted it.
Well, I mean, we see movies all the time.
Yeah, we saw 2 of them in one day.
Ah, man. So much sitting.
Yes, so much sitting. It is exhausting.
Ugh.
So, the third one. Let's see.
The third one is one of those movies where it's like, I don't know, they definitely they added an actual love element into it. Like, it wasn't just an adventure. They gave Doc Brown a chance.
At love. You just have to go in the past to find it.
I was just like, wow, you had to go a century before to find your love.
Oh, it's like that Christopher Reeve movie, Somewhere in Time. You don't know that? You don't know that movie? Mm-hmm. Okay, it's Christopher Reeve plays a man who sees a woman in a picture and she's beautiful, and so through it, but she's in the past, like she was in the past, and so I think I'm remembering this right or not, but through some self-hypnosis,
yeah,
he tricks his brain into going into the past.
Okay.
Yeah, and he meets this woman.
Okay.
Yeah. One of these days we should watch it, even though it was spoiled for me. By myself. Whoops. Yeah. So let's see.
There was that. He got to find love.
The chicken element is still there.
Oh yeah, the triggers.
Oh
God.
God.
And Squiggles. I mean, so it's nice that he actually learned through that, but it was just like.
Thanks to it, his ancestor played by himself.
By himself.
Yeah, Seamus.
It's not a half bad Irish accent either.
I really like Seamus.
Yeah, he was like
it's like it's foreshadowing and it's kind of a little bit forced, but I still really like it because he's a genuinely nice guy. He's like, yeah, I got.
Yeah, like your ancestor would be nice, and then his ancestor also peed on Marty. So
it's like
he peed on Marty, and I'm like,
yeah, he peed on Marty. You know.
The best part of the film. Great grandfather. Oh, he peed on me.
Stop it, Grandpa. You're 50 years old.
No, my baby.
I know that was a joke, but I liked his interaction with the baby in the first one. Better get used to these bars, kid. I'm like, oh gosh.
Oh yeah, I remember that for the first one. I was just like, oh, but I mean, he learned. Oh, like literally within time-wise, like his whole adventure would be like
a week.
Yeah, like
it was a week.
A week essentially.
Yeah, I'm gonna need like a whole week off. No, don't Doc Brown like one shot it, and then he just falls over. You cannot. You like. Okay. remember we did a commentary on my drunk episode? You said I can't hold my liquor. That guy
It
can.
was like good. He was just holding it the whole time. It's like Emmett, don't.
And then he falls. Hey, at least with my shot, at least with the one shot, like I didn't faint.
I mean,
okay,
good job, but
well,
we weren't supposed to do it that way anyway.
Okay, but my first shot was technically 2 shots, and one I just poured in too many. And I like gulp, oh god, gulp. And then like it was 8 shots. At least I could stand briefly.
I'm like,
and then I threw up and I drank more, passed out, woke up, threw up, woke up.
this is why you are an alcoholic.
Drank. Well, I didn't want the hangover, so I just drank to knock myself out. So I wouldn't have to like feel anything. Yeah, that's funny. But what else is the third one? It was a nice conclusion.
Yeah, that's a trilogy. This is what trilogy should be. It should start, and it should close pretty much everything.
Yeah, it ties up the loose ends.
At least for that, I guess, like, those set of characters, pretty much.
Yeah. And I liked and you were surprised, were you surprised about the train?
I was like, the train flies too! Yes! And it's not made of gas. Good job! Good job, Doc Brown. You figured out how to not use gasoline.
I'm gonna destroy this infernal machine.
And then it comes back and I was like, bitch, why?
I'm gonna destroy this infernal machine only to make another infernal machine.
I mean, the wife
I'm keeping it away from you, Marty.
Well, I mean, he literally came back for Marty. He's like, Marty, yes, you fucked up your future. And it's like, shame. But I mean, to be fair, though, I feel like it was going to happen anyway because of, like, the wife, like, seems to be very, like, she's a school teacher, so she's very similar, like, she loves knowledge. Like, she was like Doc Brown, so, I mean.
And the fact, like, that's the problem, like,
it was too bad she wasn't utilized better. Like, I feel like it could have been, like, a really interesting, like, character.
Oh, yeah, it could have been. And the fact that Doc Brown is like, okay, I have to leave you forever. I have to leave you forever, so here's... I have to leave you, I can't see you again, but, and she's like, no, just tell me you don't love me. It's like, okay, here's the thing. Come out with me, I'll show you my car.
But then she doesn't know what a car is, it's like...
Exactly. If she doesn't know, it's from the future. If she's never seen one before, it's from the future.
But it's also like...
And she seems like the person who would totally get, like, she reads books that are pretty progressive for their time.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure she...
time traveling it didn't seem like it. Maybe?
Probably didn't, but you know what? She seems like the kind of person, like, you show her... Like,
she'll believe you kind of thing.
At the end of the movie, she's on the train, too. Like,
well, yeah, he told her eventually.
On the time-traveling train. When they're in the, like...
I think the hoverboard was enough for her by the very end that she would believe him.
Yeah, that is true, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that is true. That's way after their time, too. Like, Marty and Doc's present time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So she would definitely believe him. The hoverboard is already, like, enough proof.
And then the train probably blew her mind.
Like, ooh.
Like, blew her mind everywhere. So, yeah, if he told...
Oh, I thought you meant, like, literally, suppose they died. I was like, I don't think they died.
Oh, no, they blew each other. What was that joke that made me, like, sarcastically clap?
Which one? Was it me singing Ruby Rider? Because it was the Wild Wild West, and that's the only thing I could have thought of when I saw the...
No, I like I like that one. It made me sad.
It was a good episode of Steven Universe.
Yeah.
But, like, it was also Wild West, and the third one's also Wild West. So I was like, I started singing, and you're like, no, don't sing it. It makes me sad.
It is.
I was like, but it's okay. It's okay.
Damn it, now I actually have... Oh, God.
Okay. It's okay.
Just hearing that song, like, I finally actually caught up with Steven Universe, like, 3 weeks ago. And then I had to catch up on Supernatural, which took me 2 weeks, 2 horrifyingly, amazingly choke-filled weeks. And then, like, before that, Steven Universe, and I heard that song, and I'm like,
I mean, that ends up being okay. You're fine.
What was that other? I forgot the other one where I had to sarcastically clap.
It was It's like Clint Eastwood joke. I think I made.
Yeah, you made a Clint Eastwood joke, and I was like, that was awful.
I make joke. Good joke. Good joke.
Oh God!
I make good jokes.
Good joke.
Good joke.
And
Good joke.
I don't think you noticed this, but when while Doc Brown sees comes back in time to see Marty again through the train.
Yeah.
And did you notice one of his two kids, by any chance?
I mean,
while Doc, it's after Doc speaks, after Marty's girlfriend shows him there was a message on this, but it's blank. What does that mean? And Doc's like, it means nothing. The future is what you make of it. And then there's a zoom in to Doc Brown's while Doc Brown is talking.
Yeah.
And the kid right beside him is actually doing this. He's like, you don't see it at first. I don't think you didn't see it.
I don't think I caught it fast enough.
It's like the kid was pretty much doing this, right beside his crotch. He's like, come on, not going straight ahead, and then touching his crotch, pointing at his crotch. He's like,
My kid. Now it's there forever.
Yeah, it's there forever. Everybody's noticed it now. I didn't notice it until college when one of my classmates...
When you watch it again, you're like...
No, one of my classmates is like, oh, did you see that creepy kid? In the third one, there's that creepy kid who's pointing at his crotch. It's like, oh my god, I didn't notice it before. And I've only watched this movie... This is probably the fourth time I've ever watched it.
Yeah, when the kid came out, it's like, I have two kids, Julius and Vern.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I was like, well, I mean, they kept mentioning it, so I was like, oh, that's cute. But I have two kids, and I was like, sure.
Yeah, and one cup. Wait, no, wrong reference.
Wrong!
Alright, let's see, what else was there? Seamus was fine, I really liked him.
This all will be right. Ruby riding no more. And then that's all you're gonna picture. You're like, oh shit.
Like when Doc Brown had his heart broken, I was like,
yo, you actually feel for him.
The song actually went in my head. This old Ruby Riding. I'm like, damn it, stop it. Okay. Keep it together. Good God! If I need something that make me cry, I can watch Steven Universe. Yeah. So, anything else about the third one? Let me see.
They wrapped it up nicely. They finally restored everything to normal. I'm like, good.
And Flea is in the sequels.
Flea?
Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's why I wanted to watch these movies, because I wanted to, when I was a kid, I'm like, wait, Flea is in the Back to the Future sequels? And I saw him, he's only in it for 4 minutes each. He's the one who got Marty McFly fired in the second one, and he was the one who...
The older one?
Yeah.
Needles?
Yeah, Needles.
The adult Needles?
Needles. Yeah, Needles. They're both played by Flea.
Okay.
My second favorite bassist ever. But, yeah. And the thing is, according to Flea, he didn't like doing those movies because they were multi-million-dollar pieces of trash.
Well...
I think he's just saying that because the first one, he was only in...
He wasn't in it?
He wasn't in the first one, but then again,
So he's just salty.
No, he's not. I don't think it's salty. I think it's more his band was making it big. The Red Hot Chili Peppers were about to make a breakthrough at this point. This was a couple of years before Blood Sugar Sex Magic had given away on it.
Okay.
So, it's more like he just didn't like the experience, because I think it was I think the script was written on the spot for the second one.
Okay.
So, again, they were both shot back to back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, you could actually kind of tell at some points, because the third one, I think they had a little bit more time.
Yeah.
And the second one, it's like, oh shit, what do? We have to do this, we have to do this.
Yeah.
but after how the first one ended, it's like, okay, we have to do all these, but we want to make it as memorable as the first one, so we're going to take the same beats as the first one, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. That's how your series will end up being, like, formulated, I guess. Because you're only going to do a trilogy, and you knew you were going to do a trilogy.
Well, not when the first one, not before
After,
the first
but, like, by the second one, you're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
shady.
Yeah, well, whatever. And the fact, like, they got a different actor to play Marty McFly's dad, it's kind of pretty obvious that he's like, when in the third movie when he reunites with his family, it's like, hey, Lorraine, you ever see my glasses? I need my glasses. And I'm like, that's not the George McFly that was in the first one. Like, he was actually more cooler, a lot more cooler.
Cooler, yeah.
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 And then it's like, my glasses. Have you seen my glasses? Like, your sunglasses?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, God, really?
You could only do so much, because, like...
The actor didn't want to come back, and FYI, the actor I think, sued because his likeness was used.
In the second and third one?
Yeah. I mean, I like Crispin Glover. I get where he's coming from, but you were a part of one of the best movies of all time.
Like a class that became a classic.
It's not even a cult, like a cultural phenomenon.
Phenomenal.
Still is to many hearts.
And then now you're gonna think of the third one. You're just gonna think of Ruby Rider.
Oh shit. Well, I'll try. I'll try not to. Until it gets to the scene where his love interest is crying out the window, and then she's on her bed going,
and then you just hear my voice.
I'm like, please tell me she's not gonna go. What? I see a bed. Please tell me she's not gonna cry on that. And then she cried. I'm like, oh my God, really?
And then you just hear me. You hear me singing, and you're like, wait, this is Agnes, how'd you get in my house?
Agnes, get away from that. I see you through that window. Get out of there.
So sings louder. And you're
Please. You broke through my window. You broke through my door. How did you get in? Agnes, you were in Boston. How did you get here so fast?
I just knew that you set off the third.
Yeah, I set off the third one. Is it a bomb? That's the future is a bomb. I knew you were gonna set it off. The moment you watch the second movie, finish watching the second movie, like he's gonna watch the third movie, something's gonna blow up. Dude. So, anything else for the third one?
Good conclusion. Y'all, I wanted death and destruction. Could have just killed off Biff throughout the whole series. And I was like, why don't you just...
Yeah, but that would have been too dark. We needed the light field because it was produced by Steven Spielberg. The guy
danky. We need it dark and danky.
Then go get another Steven Spielberg like Schindler's List. Or his even better movie, Schindler's List 2. Schindler's List 2. So you can think you can dance. It started Schindler's List. Hitler is back and he's pissed off. Liam Neeson is back and Schindler's List 2. He made another list. Schindler's List 2. He made another list. And it's like I'm gonna have to save all these people, but I have to do it. I have to win this dance off. Whoever wins this dance off gets all these Jewish slaves, and Jewish slaves, right? Oh, shoot! I should probably stop before I get hurt by everybody. Now, anything else with this? Like,
I got that. I don't know. I just really like the chemistry throughout the whole three. That's been consistent. At least it's been very nice.
The chemistry between Marty, Doc, and the DeLorean.
Yeah, the DeLorean. Yes, the car is definitely good chemistry. Yes, good chemistry. And then he also poked holes into the DeLorean. And they don't have any more gas. Then they killed off the DeLorean.
You know, if I watched the third one when I was like a kid, like around the same time I kept watching the first one, I would have actually been in tears seeing the DeLorean destroyed.
I mean, to be fair, I think any kid would be because we're like, it's a time machine. Why would you destroy it? Kind of logic.
No, it's more like the DeLorean was pretty much like a third character of the movie. And
I
it
guess
pretty
so.
much is. It's like the Impala in Supernatural. Sam, Dean, and the Impala. What was that?
That was a fly
It was?
in my gut.
Oh, God! Was it a big one? Or was it like a fruit fly?
Looks like a fruit fly.
Okay. Because there was a fly here earlier, and I'm like, yeah, I'm killing it. Yeah, I'm killing it right now. And it took a long time to die.
Oh, here's...
It's like that whole like Futurama episode. I think it was a Futurama episode where there was a voice message. It's like so the people on the last crew of this mission died, and this is the last request. This was the last voice message. I'm dying. The voice message dies here. No, still going. Hold on. Still going.
It took a while. I was just like...
Yeah, it took a while. I'm like, why doesn't the damn fly just die? And then I have to spray it. I just pretty much sprayed the crap out of it for like 10 straight seconds. Where was I going? What was I saying before I went into that ranch? I forgot what I was talking about. Shoot. Anyway, the third movie was fine. If I saw it as a kid, I would have been traumatized seeing the DeLorean being destroyed. It's pretty much like the Impala being destroyed for good in Supernatural, and the way to fix it. It's like a third character. You can't destroy it.
And then they got an update. A train.
A train, a crazy train, and like that, and the fact like
and you how to fly.
When like
and you can fly, you
like
can fly, you can fly.
Like I like to call back to the first movie in terms of like alternate history. Like the third, like we didn't notice it in the first one, but we'll get back to it. Like the third one.
Mm-hmm.
She was supposed to die, and that's why it was named like after her.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he went back to the future,
yeah,
it said Eastwood Ridge, I think. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny.
Like
It's like, all right, that's funny. But it happened in the first one too.
Yeah, that happened. What was it with though?
The trees. In the beginning, like when he goes to before he goes to the future in the beginning of the first one, there was a sign that said Twin Pine Mall? Yeah. Twin Pine Mall. And then like when he gets to the past, like in 1955, Marty runs over a tree. Yeah. Like there were two trees and he runs one over. Yeah. And then when he comes back it says Lone Pine. It says Lone Pine. Because here's the thing, I was too busy being invested by him trying to save his friend from getting shot. Then I didn't notice it until like the day after we saw it for the first, like the day after we watched the first one. Okay. And I'm like, oh my god. Yeah. Like because the tension was so high with the first one, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. I liked it. So, you have anything else to say about that? You have anything else to say?
I am food coma, and I really hope this is not going to be a trend of us doing this in a food coma every time. Makes me want to sleep.
Yeah, we ate sushi. We ate light for the second one, and then we ate sushi for the third one. And I did tell you, like Marty, like the actor who played Marty almost died when he got hung, right?
Did he just do it wrong?
He accidentally got, like, I think it was wrong. Like he almost died. He got hung wrong, but they kept him in the movie.
And I was just like, no, I was just like...
No, seriously, I was choking.
And then you just see the consequence, do it again.
Well, they were a little... If they had to do it again, they'd be a lot more careful or get a stunt double.
Or at least do it right.
Or
imagine,
get a stunt double doing it wrong.
No! That one ends up dying, and you're like, We want to keep that one. It's like, man died, you should have kept that one. It's like,
And it's an insult to his memory. We must preserve this part of a snuff film inside the real movie.
Oh no! You're a terrible woman.
I'm sorry. I thought this was Canada. So, any final thoughts about the entire trilogy?
I want to have a DeLorean, even though you technically shouldn't be having one. I want a train. I like trains.
I think it's much affordable to get a DeLorean. Much more affordable to get a DeLorean. Because you have to... Because the joke is, like I said, the joke is that the DeLorean sucks. So yeah, you'd actually be rather off better with a train.
I like trains.
And now that we're done with the trilogy, how would you like to watch the 2 episodes of the cartoon series? Yeah. There was a cartoon series at one point.
When did that come out?
I think around the same time the first one came out, or I don't know when, but it was around the time the trilogy was out. Like the second or third movie was out. Or probably the first, I don't know. It's still like, it was a cartoon series that came around one of the movies.
Alright.
I'm too scared, I don't think I should watch, because it's going to be like really watered down like what Bill and Ted did it.
Yeah.
Because even the actor, like Alex Winter, who played with one of the titular main characters, said like he didn't do anything on that show. Like he wasn't a part of it. It's just like he knew it sucked because it was watered down. Like Back to the Future, the trilogy, those aren't kids movies.
No.
Like those seem like good movies because they were edited down on TV, but they are not kids movies. But they're
they're enjoyable movies.
Yeah, they're enjoyable movies. But if I watch the cartoon, I'm not going to
be.
No, I don't want it to be continued.
Sorry. To be
Concluded. Well, we already reached the end, so it's fine. Quiet! Ow! Well.
Goodbye, good sir.
Oh.
Sleep forever.
Okay, any last thoughts about the trilogy? Because we've been talking about this for an hour. Almost an hour.
Almost an hour?
Yeah.
An hour?
Yeah.
I would like a nap.
Okay.
Because it's 2 movies again, back to back.
If you want a nap, we could just put on Quantum of Solace. That almost put me to sleep. Back to the Future wouldn't, but Quantum of Solace I watched twice, and it put me the frick to sleep.
Back to sleep.
So how about we just watch one of these days? We should just do like, since you never thought, one of these days we should watch The Big Lebowski High.
I thought you didn't want to do it high.
Oh, one of these days we should.
Alright.
You know, because not high like we were at your house.
Okay, we can manage that.
We can manage that.
We're adults. We know what we're doing now, slightly.
Maybe. Kind of. No.
We'll try.
Sure. So, that's it for the Back to the Future trilogy.
Nice.
Glad that she watched it with me for her first time. I can't believe, we were supposed to do this last week, but she was busy. And then we ended up getting rollerblading and ice cream.
It was delicious. It was worth it. You loved it.
Yeah, I love eating the rollerblades and skating on the ice cream. So until later, well, see ya.